guilty on all counts. Welcome back to Biblical Receipts Podcast. You see the thumbnail. You reap what you sow. This is taken from Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. You reap what you sow. Well, if you've been under a rock, then you may have not heard that Donald Trump has been found guilty of all charges. Now, I know there's a lot of Donald Trump followers out there, and there's a lot of people who simply despise the guy. Okay. My personal opinion, I try to stay neutral, not get involved in worldly things, but I am human. So from time to time, I may slip. And other times, I just step right into it. I'm just being real. So, anyway, what do you think? What do you think about the situation? You think that you agree with everything Trump has been saying in the past, or do you agree with the verdict? Give me your opinion. Give me your honest opinion. What do you think? You think he's an innocent man, or you think he's a guilty man? And I know some of you are going to say, well, it's not up to us to judge. Well, guess what? In this case, yes, it has been up to him to be judged, found guilty by what the court calls a jury of his peers. So in this case, yeah, he had to be judged by humans. So guess what? Anyway, here's the Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. It talks about whatever man soweth, he will reap. I try to bring everything back to a biblical perspective, okay? Just so you know. I know a lot of you have heard the phrase, oh, you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. But have never actually read it. Well, I'm giving you an opportunity to read it in multiple translations here. Yes, whatever man soweth, he shall reap. That's the King James. But basically, you reap what you sow. Basically, the phrase is taken uh, from ancient times because back in the day, individuals were agricultural individuals. So that's what this phrase is taken from because Jesus used many phrases to try to help his listeners get the point of what he was saying. And much of what he taught and much of the examples were based on things that they knew about. They knew about agriculture. They were farmers. They knew about sowing seed. They knew about reaping in the harvest. These are things that they knew about. Now, if they were in some other form of commerce, then the example or the um, the example would have been different. Okay. So, but anyway, they were agricultural individuals. So Jesus had to use things. For instance, many of them were fishermen. So many examples that he used were based on that industry. So Jesus was uh, considered a perfect or the great teacher. He knew how to reach people's hearts and minds, basically by things he taught and how he taught. And so, anyway, this phrase, you reap what you sow, is based on uh, their background, basically. They come from an agricultural background. So reaping and sowing is based on agriculture. Okay. Just so you didn't know. Anyway, back to Trump. Everything he has done throughout his life, things come back to bite us in the butt. Now, there are other religions, like some religions, I guess, in Asian religions, you heard the term, or if they're Hindu or Indian religions, you've heard the phrase karma, good karma, bad karma. Yeah, it's based on the same premise. But reaping and sowing is something that it's a little bit more ancient than karma. Okay, karma is based on this principle. People say, oh, that's bad karma. You've heard that phrase used, oh, that's bad karma. No, it's based on reaping and sowing. And that is actually a law. That's a law that God put in place. Reaping and sowing, yeah, that's a law. If you reap good things, you'll I mean, if you sow good things, you'll reap good things. If you sow bad, you'll reap bad. That's just how it goes. It's going to come back sooner or later. Okay? Sooner or later, you're going to experience whatever you put out there is going to come back to you. Sometimes three, four, five-fold. So be careful what you put out in the universe because it's going to come back to bite you or it's going to come back to give you a kiss, one or the other. With that being said, y'all have a good day and I'll see you in the next video.